Yeah, I'm just watching the final moments before the launch of Starship, or the 12th flight of Starship, and I didn't know we'd get this far. Thank God it's only been delayed by a couple of days, and I've got it on my TV screen, nice big image there, and I'm using an HDMI cord to go into the TV because the internet with Samsung's a nightmare to use, so I'm just using it through my laptop. Unfortunately, I can only get sound via the other on my other computer. So, but that's okay. The image is the most important thing, and fingers crossed, we don't have a scrub or a delay with this flight, and the thing takes off. There's a lot of new technology involved with the Raptor 3. And fingers crossed it goes smoothly, because it's a big deal, this flight. Oh, well, we're in the last minute now. It's getting to be showtime. Once we reach 40 seconds, I think it goes into automatic setup. There could be a hold still, but fingers crossed there isn't. And we see a crap load of flames and smoke at the bottom of the new launch pad. And it ascends beautifully into the sky. Fingers crossed. They are holding at 40 by the looks of things, so there you go. Something to do with a quick disconnect apparently, but hopefully it's just a minor issue and they can continue the launch. Yep, they're continuing it, thank God for that. So you just never know with rockets. Oh my God, now they've gone back to 41. So they've done it again, another hold. Oh, God, it can be damn frustrating. Mind you, I didn't even think we were going to get to this stage of having a launch today. So, there's been so many delays with this damn flight. So I'm just grateful that we got this far. Oh, they're teasing us again. They're counting down again. 31 seconds, 30 seconds. And they're back to 41. Oh, my God. This may not happen today. This is not looking good. Well, it's day 2, the attempt of flight 12. We're down to the last minute. The dreaded 40-second hold may come into play. Fingers crossed it doesn't, and we get to see a liftoff today. Well, we're holding at 40 again, my God. Now we're counting down. Reset clock is rolling. We got down to 33 yesterday. We're down to 33 today. We're down to 30. They've taken the clock off. Why are they? Oh, no, it's down there now. 24. 20. Fingers crossed. 15. 10. 9. Here we go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ignition.
Yep, it's happening. My God, look at that damn thing. Oh man, that is power. Okay, we've lifted off correctly. That's good. Wow. Okay, that's the first step. At least we've got the thing off the ground. All the Raptor engines appear to be lit. It's looking good.
33 Raptor 3 engine, booster V3, ascending over the Gulf now, coming up on maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Yeah, max Q's the next thing, the maximum dynamic pressure. It's looking good. Boy, it's been a long wait. I think it's been around 8 months between flights. They put so much prep work into this. You just hope it goes absolutely smoothly. They get rewarded for all that extra caution. See on that little icon in the left-hand corner of the screen that we've lost one Raptor engine out of the 33. So that's not 100% ideal, but there's plenty of redundancy in that design.
We're through MECO.
Need separation.
Yeah, they're doing the separation. Okay, that's looking good.
There you go, successful.
So the Super Heavy booster is separated and is returning to Earth.
We're not seeing as many booster engines ignite as we expected for boost back, but we are seeing 6 good engines lit on ship.
Ah, so the boost back's not going ideally either.
Again, a reminder, the booster...
So it's not 100% ideal so far. Well, all in all, I thought it was a pretty good flight, even though there were some major issues that do need to be addressed. There weren't, with the backburn from the Super Heavy booster, that not all the engines fired that were required, so that has to be looked into. They lost 1 out of 33 engines in that booster when it was still attached to the Starship itself. The Starship on separation is supposed to have 6 engines working, and only had 2 of the 3 vacuum engines were working, so I had 5 engines in all. They weren't able to reach what they regard as the optimal orbit. However, they did get to a stage that allowed them to check the tiles on re-entry, and that's pretty important. They also were able to deploy 22 dummy satellites using the PES dispenser system that they've got in the Starship, so that all worked okay as well. The one thing they couldn't do was restart one of the vacuum engines, so that was another part of the exercise they wanted to do, and that's the one thing they had to scrub. What I found quite impressive, though, was the re-entry into the Indian Ocean. I've seen these re-entry burns a few times, and it appeared as if the Starship itself was able to descend to the ocean surface with very little damage. I couldn't see any damage to flaps. Now, it depends on the camera angles, of course, but from my perspective, it appeared as if the Starship itself was under control, which is important, obviously, because they have had test flights where they lost control in the version 2 last year, but this one was fully in control, and it appeared as if all the tiles were handling the heat very well. But again, that might be because the cameras weren't angled in a way that would show the plumes of plasma burning on, say, the flaps and the actual tiles themselves. Obviously, they're going to have to go through a lot of forensic details on what happened to the heat shield. But from what I could see, it looked like it performed as better than any other time that they've had flight. So from a layman's perspective, the person that's watched these online a few times, this looked pretty good. It looked like a very clean re-entry. But we will find out next week when the data is all analysed, and hopefully we'll have a Flight 13. We won't have to wait 7 months for Flight 13. Hopefully it will occur next month, should say not June but July, because we're almost near the end of May. But realistically, it could happen in July, and that would be great because they need to really boost the frequency of these tests now on. Look, overall, it was successful in that they got into suborbit, they re-entered, and they got a lot of data. It wasn't a perfect flight, but I thought it was pretty damn good considering. So fingers crossed, the momentum will now be much greater, and that'll be a good sign for the future. Now I'll just transition you into my boring life here in Cairns for the rest of this video. I hope it doesn't bore the crap out of you. And if it doesn't, then consider subscribing and supporting the channel and commenting. Well, it's the day of the vampire as I'm heading off to Trinity Beach to have a blood test. It's been a while. It would have been probably almost 2 months since I had the last one, so I've had quite a break. Not complaining about that. It's not a big deal, but it does give me an excuse to get a bit of exercise. It's a 25-minute walk down there and another 25 minutes back. I was hoping to actually do it a little later in the day and pick up some grog at Liquorland near Sid's, but there was a 10% deal, and on discount deal, if I could spend less than $75 on my email, and it just disappeared. And now they've got that stupid spin promotion, so you got to spin for some prize or something. Just keep it simple, Liquorland. The 10% discount was great, and this was an individual one it went. It's weird. I thought once you receive an email, it'd sort of be there forever, but it doesn't appear that's the case. It's got me flummoxed, but technology seems to be fighting against me these days, so nothing surprises me. A consequence of the Iranian war is that apparently condoms are going up 20 to 30% in cost because of the lack of supply of petrochemicals. Although the cost of a barrel of crude oil is now down to $85, which is only $20 above the $65 mark, which was the price prior to the actual war breaking out, with the Strait of Hormuz being blockaded. So it does put Iran in quite a weak position. They're a very divided country now. Even the hardline leaders are divided in two camps, so they're pretty well stuffed. They're just gonna, but they're not very rational, and you know, they've got it's a theocracy, so you know it's going to be a hard nut to crack for Trump, but hopefully he has success with it. He seems to be going in the right direction there. He does a lot of stupid things, but I think cleaning up the situation in Iran is a good deal, and I think long term we'll all be grateful if they can become a global citizen without threatening all their neighbours. That would be a good situation, and forget the idea of going nuclear. Yeah, it's a beautiful day for a walk down Kawara Street, and they're making a bit of progress on the new construction of houses on that little estate, so that's good. There's the old bus. Oh, I'm an absolute dickhead. I forgot to bring my my smartphone with me. That's a big no-no. Hopefully there won't be a lot of people waiting at the reception, because now I've got nothing to look at, although I was down on power anyway. Also forgot to turn the water off when I left, so I'm getting pretty absent-minded in my old age. But the weather today is superb. We got a shower, a very brief, intense shower for only about a couple of minutes, and it's since then it's been clear. It's beautiful, and I think it's supposed to be a top temperature of 28 today, which is very mild. So great weather. So a lot of traffic down here in Kawara Street. A couple of the 3 boats being hauled off in the time I walked down here. So big marine disembarkation from Kawara Street for some reason. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've got to go down to where the resort is again, because the resort next to the beach where the old beach shack was, apparently we're getting a replay of the Double Island fiasco, with a tenant not doing any work on the property and letting it go to rack and ruin. Apparently the same thing is happening with another Asian investor with the Kawara resort. Apparently there's no building work taking place at the moment. So I don't know why these people buy these properties if they're not income producing. Are they trying for a capital gain? I'm not sure, was it just a tax write-off? But it does us no good whatsoever. We want people who are actually going to develop these places rather than just keep them in their real estate portfolio sitting idle. That's no good to us at all. So, yeah, very disappointing. Okay, just ordered from the seniors menu. It's not a wide choice, but quite adequate and incredibly good value considering you get the drink included in the cost of the meal. And they're full meals. They don't skimp on quantity, so it's very good. It's a really nice place to have a meal. It's a bit overcast today, but it's a very nice venue, and we're both very happy with it. So, and there's very dog. Oh, they're always quick. That's good. And there's a dog over there as well. They're very dog friendly too. Public transport. Excuse me. Public transport let me down today, big time. A cancelled bus. That's very rare actually. So it's generally a fairly reliable service, but at what was it? The 2:41 bus was cancelled. So I waited around for a 1:10 to finally arrive at just 3 o'clock. And of course this is knock-off time for the schools. I didn't realise, but it's back to school at the moment. So school kids got on at the university stop. And but if I'd waited around for the 1:11 bus, it would have been absolutely packed because of the previous cancelled bus, and all the school kids would have piled on at the Trinity Park stop. It would have been horrendous just where the library is. So luckily I've avoided that, and I'm just going to walk home. I mean, I'm happy to have the exercise. At least it's not raining, but it is a pretty bad service when they just cancel buses. That doesn't normally happen, but it couldn't have happened at a worse time, right in the middle of school time. That's when they're leaving is the busiest time, so very poor timing there, very poor. Anyway, hopefully I'll be back home in about 25 minutes and a bit more exercise under my belt. I survived the walk yesterday, so this one shouldn't be too bad. It's sort of downhill. There's no way there's going to be any 1:11 bus waiting at the terminus. I know that for a fact, so I'll definitely have to walk the whole distance. So wish me luck. Well, I'm amazed to discover I actually did get a bus at the terminus. I don't know why there's a bus here, because the previous bus didn't stop at Smithfield, so I don't know what's going on. Definitely was a cancelled bus. So, well, at least again I've only had to walk that short distance, so that was a good move. So I'm happy with that. Get home at a more reasonable time. Well, I'm back on the medical treadmill and just got to go to the bus stop here, and I missed the bus that I wanted to catch, but we'll see if this thing's still working. But yeah, graffiti on it, of course. What a surprise. Dickheads. They're real dickheads. What do I think they're achieving by graffitiing it? Yeah, they really are morons, people doing stuff like that. Well, it's not smashed. I thought it might have been smashed, but they have tried to put crap over it. Just idiots. Typical. Anyway, the bus I got up here was absolutely chockers full of school kids. So it's obviously school holidays. They designed this shelter just so the water drips right in front of where the actual sign is for the next bus. Not the best design in the world. I don't think it's actually coming off like that on the other end. So I don't know why the cascade water is coming this way. It's strange. And very poor design, I might add. Yeah, copping a bit of traffic. As soon as I got off the bus, it's strung out. I hate it when the traffic's strung out like this, because it just makes it really hard to cross the road. But we'll see. Yeah, I got the 110. It seemed to come very early. I need the exercise to walk it home, so I'm not particularly worried. And luckily, it's not raining at the moment, but it has been all day. Look at this strung out traffic. God, this is annoying. Is there a break? Geez, I'll tell you, I cannot see a break in the traffic. It's just annoyingly strung out so you can't cross. Jesus. This is like early afternoon. Shouldn't be that busy anyway. God. I'm just waiting for a break. I can't see any. It's ridiculous. Okay, this could be my opportunity finally. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, I think I should be able to avoid the rain, although puddles is another issue. There's plenty of surface water because of all the wet weather we've had the last couple of days. But we'll see how we go. But saying, oh God, I could have got the bus, it just turned up. Oh, that's okay, I can catch it when it gets to the depot. So not a big deal. I wanted to get a little bit of exercise anyway. Oh, is it going? Yeah, it is going down there, yeah. I'll catch it when it returns to the depot, or the terminus stop, I should say. I've got to head down to Cairns Central today, get some shopping done after doing the medical crap. It's a very nice day. This time of year is just beautiful. It's I don't know, probably low 20s at the moment, maybe to mid 20s. Bit of a whisk of a breeze, and just very nice. You can see that it's pretty good out there. So I've got the big Farrer by-election coming up on the weekend. This is used to be Susan Lee's seat. She was the member or the leader of leader in inverted commas of the Liberal Party. And was less than popular, to say the least. But I don't quite understand popularity in this country. I mean, she deserved to be bucketed, but Albo seems to be have a bit of Teflon on him, because the latest opinion poll, his popularity's gone up, and I commented I thought that he would take quite a hit with all the problems with fuel and what have you, but apparently Australians are oblivious to that. It's bizarre to me. I don't understand it. But anyway, there will be a litmus test to see how One Nation's travelling on the weekend at Farrer, which is around the Albury-Wodonga area. It's a rural seat with a little bit of urban area, but it's basically a country seat. So it appears as if the Liberals are clawing back a bit of support. Maybe people like Angus Taylor, I don't know. But he's the new leader. I don't quite understand what's going on in Australian politics at the moment. I'll be quite honest. I think it's pretty volatile. And we might see some big swings in the opinion polls. The budget comes out next week on Tuesday. And there could be a lot of nasty taxes in there, because the government's been spending like a drunken sailor, been really irresponsible fiscally, and is going to need to raise taxes. Although I think I have heard somewhere that they're even talking about a public service freeze, because the spending's got out of control in the public sector, and it just strangles the most productive part of the economy, which is the private sector. It's just dumb. But you know, unfortunately Australians are now used to cash handouts, and they expect them, and if if Albo hands out rebates and discounts and what have you, basically buys votes. Like I said, that's what the Reserve Bank governor said, and I thought she was spot on. And it's really refreshing to hear a bureaucrat say something like that. So, I don't know. I think it depends how good the opposition are, but apparently One Nation already got some problems with their candidate in Farrer, and this has happened with One Nation too many times. They shoot themselves in the foot You have to just get everything right, and you have to have major party discipline to work, and to be a proper alternative. I guess this is where Nigel Farage has got it over Pauline Hanson. He's a seasoned campaigner with a lot more experience, and he seems to have his act together with reform in the UK, and they're doing much better. So it's a bit sad, but I think we need a change, but you've got to have an alternative that people want to vote for. Oh well, public transport let me down again getting back home. Same thing happened 2 weeks ago. Had to get off at the stop over there on the highway, and the 111 bus just didn't show. The bus shelter at Smithfield was packed with people. Obviously, I'd got there about 7 minutes after it was due, the 111, but obviously it hadn't showed up because there's so many people waiting. So, yeah, not good. Only positive is I get a bit of exercise walking home. I very much doubt there'll be a bus waiting at the terminal. I just don't. Well, the only good thing about getting that 110 bus, which is the one to Cove, was that a whole bunch of school kids didn't get on at the university stop. So, but it was pretty packed out though, and there was a guy on a wheelchair with his legs extended sort of halfway across the aisle. So, yeah, it wasn't great. But at least I've completed that journey, and like I said, I will get the positive of some exercise because I haven't done any walking for over a week, so it's a good thing really. It's not particularly hot, it's not raining, so could be worse. There's quite a bit of traffic out there on the highway. Yeah, glad to get it out of the way anyway, get all that crap done. And Wellworths didn't have any multigrain rolls. They seem to be hard to get again, and they also didn't seem to have their ginger beer, which I really like as a mixer. So I got the parmesan, I got the main cheese, the extra tasty cheese, and I got myself some jam donuts, which I don't know what they'll be like. I'll probably heat them up and make them taste a bit better. Some sort of thing I don't eat very often, so. But that's about that's it for 4 items, I think. Still came to over 20 bucks. So it doesn't take much these days. Anyway, hopefully I'll endure the walk back home, the 25-minute walk or 30-minute walk. Not sure exactly, one of those two anyway, back to my house. Well, as I say, expect the unexpected in FNQ. As I rounded the corner in Poolwood Road towards the shopping centre at Kawara, I saw this bus that's going to pass us by waiting. He's just going to pass us by in a second. And so I actually ended up getting a ride on that bus from the shops. So again, got myself a little bit of exercise walking from the highway to the shops. But I missed the big one, which is all the way back to the house. So yeah, so it worked out okay, really. I assume that the 111 bus had been cancelled, and that's why people were waiting. But then again, it might have turned up, and that might have been the bus there. So who knows? Anything's possible. But thank God there's another bus line, because it was just the 111 on that bus journey that would make it very difficult. At least I got an alternative. I haven't noticed as many dogs barking as I've walked down the street this week as in the past. I don't know why. I'm not complaining. Weather's a bit indifferent today, but hopefully it'll be okay. I was going to check the radar, but I forgot to. I've got to go and pick up some meds from Coast Watchers. So, well, no, got to actually see a GP and get some prescriptions written up. That looks like Steve's old crate just drove past. Haven't seen him for a while. yeah, just don't mix anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, there's a few things that are. I got a bit of exercise yes on Wednesday, and I haven't been doing any walking. I still haven't gone down the beach since I've come back from OS. Got to do that, really slack. So I had a big delivery of groceries yesterday, and the one item I really did need was the pizza base, and that was the one item missing. Typical. So I'm going to see if I can pick it up again today, but we'll see. Because I'm going down to Smithfield for drinks. Yeah, they're big vehicles down, or up this way, I should say. Not really sure that I've got what much sort of motivation to do these videos these days. And it's interesting, there's a guy in Wayne in Thailand who's based in Chiang Mai, and he's feeling the same way. He says he just makes them when he feels like it now, and he just hasn't got the same motivation to make YouTube videos. And it seems to be getting harder and harder, a lot more competition, whether it's AI or just more live people doing their own blogs, I don't know, but I just think it's becoming very hard to amass subscribers these days. It does depend on the quality of the of the product. I mean, obviously mine's not particularly scintillating, so I'm not seeing a huge increase. It hasn't gone down, but it's just been stagnating. And so I always had this dream of getting the 1,000 mark, and it's never going to happen. It's like someone's out there just saying, "Oh, we're going to taunt you, just get you really close, but we're not going to push you over the edge." But you know, no big deal. You know, there are people making reasonable money in YouTube, but there's not, as a percentage of the total, I'd say it'd be very small. And I was never really looking at it as a money-making thing anyway. I think I might have a few opportunities with the stock market at the moment because it is way down. I just bought some Grain Corp shares yesterday, and they were down to a low of over many years here, a really low cost. They're still paying dividends, and which is sort of two minds about that, because you've got to pay tax on that. I'd prefer to make a capital gain because I've got capital losses. So but of course Labor's making it harder to make money on shares now, because they've changed the capital gains tax on selling shares, and they made it less attractive. Big surprise for socialism. But that might come back to bite them. I don't know if it will, because most of their core wouldn't be owning shares anyway. Most Australians don't own shares. So there you go. But it is a particularly bad market at the moment, which can be very good for buying opportunities of quality stocks, which I've tried to do. We'll see how we go. Because I've got a bit of a piggyback bank that I've set aside for these times, and this is the time to strike, because it won't last. Quality stocks eventually will bounce back. So we'll see. There's many other opportunities coming forward in the near future. Just heading to the bus to get to Cairns, and I think I'm finally fully recovered from getting a couple of bad bee stings on Sunday morning, last Sunday morning, so it's taken me about 4 days to recover from it, maybe 4 to 5 days. I had incredibly bad itching, and that seems to have dissipated to a large extent. I did have to wake up last night with a bit of itching, but on the first day I blew up really badly. Sort of, they stung me under my my right eye, so that was a bit of a worry, and that did come up a little bit. And also my collarbone around it. They went for my face because I opened the compost bin. There hadn't been any bee activity there for over a year, and all of a sudden this incredible swarm of angry bees goes for me. Just they were very aggressive, but much more than the past. And I'm not even sure if they're still there. I'm just not going to go near the compost bin. But I just opened it up expecting nothing to happen, and of course it was a fatal mistake, as it turned out. You should always be wary when opening something like that. And yeah, it was quite surprising how bad it was. I have had one sting from them before. A previous hive was there, and that was just on the foot.